Okay, good evening, everyone. Now we'll start the session. As yesterday we discussed testing of hypothesis, the general procedure. Yeah, once all of us see the general procedure of testing of hypothesis. Yeah, this is a procedure of testing of hypothesis. The step one, set up the null hypothesis. Okay, that is denoted by H naught. And step two, set up the alternative hypothesis H1. Okay, and step three, choose appropriate level of significance. Suppose alpha is not given in question, generally we have to take alpha is 5%. Remember that point. In the question, alpha is not given, generally we have to take alpha is 5%. After that, test statistic. Test statistic. After that, fifth step is decision. Fifth step is decision. Okay. Now first we'll start with large samples. Okay, all of you. Yeah, yesterday we discussed this one. The entire thing, what happened in testing of hypothesis. Okay, first we'll go to this one. Okay, main and main again we have two things are there. One mean is there, two means is there. First we'll start with two means large sample. Two means sorry, one mean large sample. Yeah, I'll have to see this is the important procedure. Okay, large samples, single mean. Okay, here the steps again I will tell you. Step one, where to set up the null hypothesis that is denoted by H naught. H naught is always will use this notation, mu is equals to mu naught. Mu is equals to mu naught. And step two, where to set up alternative hypothesis H1. That is depending on question. Okay, three possibilities are there. You can take any one. Yesterday we discussed, right? And step three, we have to choose level of significance alpha depending on that question. In sometimes in the question they will mention the alpha. Otherwise, generally can take alpha is 5%. This is depending on that question. Depending on that one, depending on tailed test, okay, tailed test, you can find out the Z tabular value. How that one we'll discuss in problems. That is the third step. And step four is test statistic. That is this one. This is the step four. Okay, step four is test statistic. Okay, for large samples, single mean, this is the test statistic. As small of you remember that formula. Now we'll start with large samples, single mean. Okay, this is the procedure. After calculating that one, the step 5 is decision or conclusion. Yeah, step 5. As small of you listen. Step 5. In step 5, what you're doing, we have to compare with Z calculated with Z tabular value. Mod Z calculated is less than mod Z tabular value. Mod Z tabular value at 5%, sorry, alpha percent level of significance. We accept the null hypothesis H naught. If this condition is satisfied, then only you can accept. As small of you listen. Yes, who is that guy? Mute yourself. So first we are starting with large samples. In large samples, two things are there, single main and two mains. First we'll start with single main. Large samples, single main. For that, the testing of hypothesis procedure is this one. First, we have to set up the null hypothesis H naught. That is always we'll use this notation. That means the estimated population parameter mu naught is equals to actual population parameter. The second step, alternating hypothesis. That is against to that one. Depending on that one, you can choose alternative hypothesis, or we have to set up the alternative hypothesis. And third one is third step, level of significance. That is also depending on question. Sometimes they will mention the level of significance in the question. Otherwise, generally, we have to take alpha is 5%. Depending on that one, tail test, we can get the Z tabular value. Z tabular value. Okay. And fourth step is test statistic. That is Z calculated value. For finding Z calculated single main, you can use this formula. Z calculated is x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. Sigma by root n. Okay. After that, step 5. We have to compare Z calculated and Z tabular value. All of you see step 5. Listen carefully. If mod Z calculated is less than mod Z tabular at alpha % level of significance, therefore we accept the null hypothesis H naught. Otherwise, we reject. Okay. Otherwise, we reject. Okay. We reject H naught. We are rejecting H naught means we accept alternative hypothesis H1. We accept alternative hypothesis H1. Yeah, this is the testing of hypothesis procedure. Okay. Yeah. All of you see formula here. The population standard deviation is known. In such case, you can use this formula. If population standard deviation is unknown, in such case, you can replace sigma by S. You can replace population standard deviation by sample standard deviation. Yeah, all of you remember these two formulas for large sample, single main. Okay, large sample, single main. Okay. I hope all of you understood that procedure, right? Once all of you see that one, if you understood, then only you can understand the problems. So once all of you see that procedure, you have any doubts, we'll discuss. Otherwise, we'll move to problems. Yeah, okay. Yes, no, just wait. Yeah, in testing of hypothesis, general thing yesterday we discussed. Okay, better I will take one blank. You can understand. Just a minute. As for testing of hypothesis, large sample, here single main or one main. Okay, one main. Okay, that means here the basic background is, okay, this is the population. Okay, already I explained this one, this entire story. By using these random samples, okay, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, and so on. By using this random samples information, we are estimating population parameter mu. This is the estimated. Actual population parameter is mu. We are estimating this parameter by using random sample data. That is denoted by mu naught. What is our hypothesis? Both are equal. Both are equal. We are testing the statement. Hypothesis is a definite statement about population. We are testing that one. We have to accept or reject. The concept is called testing of hypothesis. Okay. For large sample, single mean, the testing of hypothesis, we have 5 steps are there. Step 1. First, we have to set up the null hypothesis H naught. Okay, initially we are assuming the estimated population mean is equals to actual population mean. Initially we are assuming that statement is true. That is, mu is equals to mu naught. This is the notation we have to use for always for H naught. Okay, and second step is step 2. We have to set up the alternative hypothesis H1. Okay, that is depending on question. You can take here mu is not equals to mu naught, or mu is greater than mu naught, or okay, mu is less than mu naught. Only one you can take depending on that question. Yes, clear? Now step 3. Step 3. Step 3 is we have to choose the level of significance alpha. In the question, sometimes they will give alpha. If alpha is not given, we have to take generally alpha is 5%. This is also depending on question, we have to select. And depending on H naught, sorry, H1, you can decide the tail test. Not equals to type is there. That is two tail test. You can discuss. Already we discussed yesterday. And again, we'll discuss in the problems. Depending on alpha and tailed test, you can get the Z tabular value. That is the third step. All of you listen, third step. First, we'll select the alpha. Okay. And see the tailed test. Depending on the tail test and alpha, you can get the Z tabular value. That is the third step. And step 4. Step 4 is Z calculated or test statistic. Here we are discussing large sample. For large samples, we'll use Z test. Okay, we'll use Z test. Z calculated is X bar. Here two things are there. If population standard deviation is known, sigma is known, Z calculated formula is X bar minus mu by sigma by root n. If sigma is known, okay, or one more formula is there. Z calculated is X bar minus mu by S by root n. That sigma is unknown. Sigma is unknown. Okay. After that, the step 5, we have to compare Z calculated and Z tabular values. If mod Z calculated is less than Z tabular value at alpha % level of significance, therefore we accept the null hypothesis H naught. Otherwise, we will reject the null hypothesis. We reject H naught. That means accept H1. This is the testing of hypothesis procedure for large sample single mean. Now I think all of you understood, right? I hope all of you understood. Yeah, one problem we'll discuss, you can understood. Still you have any doubts? Okay, shall I start the problems? Yeah. Once all of you see this question, as once all of you see this problem, a target thickness for silicon wafers used in a certain type of integrated circuit is 245 mm. 245 mm. A sample of 50 wafers is obtained and the thickness of each one is determined, resulting in a sample mean thickness of 246.18 mm and sample standard deviation is 3.60. 3.60. Okay, does this data suggest that the true average wafer thickness is something other than the target value? Yes, once all of you read that one, in exam also they will ask questions like this one. They won't mention anything. Which test we have to use? First, all of you observe the sample size. Does anyone guess what is the sample size here? The sample size is denoted by n, right? Yeah, all of you read that question. Tell me what is the sample size? Yeah, very good. The sample size is 50. That means that is small sample or large sample that is greater than 30. That means large sample. Yeah, very good. That is large sample. As this point is clear, in large sample, we have two things are there, one mean and difference of means. See here, in the question, what they are discussing, a target thickness of silicon wafers used in a certain type of integrated circuit is 245 mm. A sample of 50 wafers, okay, is obtained and the thickness of each one is determined. The mean they are discussing, see here. As right, only one sample, one mean they are discussing. This is about large sample, okay, large sample, one mean or not. For large sample, one mean, we know the procedure. As all of you clear? The identification is important. Which one we have to use? I hope all of you understood this one. As far identification is important. All of you understood this point? Large samples, one mean. Yeah, okay. Now we'll see the solution. Yeah, all of you see. First, write down what is the given data. Okay. See, let mu that is equals to true average. Average means mean, right? Wafer thickness. Given that mu is equals to 245 and the sample size n is given 50 and x bar is equals to 246.18 and the sample size, sample standard deviation. S is sample standard deviation. Sample standard deviation. 60. This is a given data. If you write the given data also, you can understood. See, only one sample is there. They are discussing about the mean. That means large sample, single mean. Large sample, single mean. Now, see the procedure. What is the step one? This is the first step. Set up the null hypothesis. Null hypothesis H naught is mu is equals to 245. 245. What are the given value? This one. Mu is equals to 245. That means the true average wafer thickness is same the target value. Okay, that is the first step. And the second step is alternating hypothesis. That is denoted by H1. See, here all of you once read the question. In the question, they didn't given any condition like the target average thickness is greater than like that one. Okay, sample mean like that one. In the question, they didn't given any condition. Sometimes they will give you the conditions. Okay, here they didn't given any condition. In such case, always we have to take the alternating hypothesis is H naught is H1 is equals to mu is not equals to mu naught. Here mu naught is 245. See here, mu is not equals to 245. The H1 is not equals to type. All of you see this one. This is also important. Not equals to type. There are two possibilities are there. Mu may be greater than or mu may be less than. That's why we're taken the tailed test is two-tailed test. We're taken the tailed test is two-tailed test. Okay, the tailed test is two-tailed test, right? That is the second step. And the third step is level of significance. Let's all of you see the question. In the question, they given alpha. Once all of you check. In the question, they didn't given anything about alpha. Okay, alpha is not given. In the question, alpha is not given. Generally, we have to take alpha is 5%. Okay, alpha is 5%. The level of significance alpha is 5%. Okay, 5% means alpha is 0.05. And all of you observe here alpha and the tailed test. Here the tailed test is two-tailed test and alpha is 5%. Then Z tabular value. Okay, all I shown that one table you can see. Yeah, alpha is 5%. Alpha is 5% and the tail test is two-tail test. The corresponding value is Z alpha by 2 is 1.96. This is Z tabular value. Okay, Z table value or tabular value, that is denoted by like this notation. Okay, is all of you clear how to take this one? Once all of you see the third step. First, we have to see the alpha. In the question, alpha is not given. Generally, we have to take alpha is 5%. And the tail test. The tail test is two-tail test. or one tail test. See that one. Depending on the two, we can get the Z tabular value. Here, the tabular value is Z alpha by 2, that is Z tabular value equals to 1.96. This is Z alpha by 2 or Z tabular value. That is the third step. And all of you see the fourth step. The fourth step is test statistic. Test statistic. The test statistic is Z calculated value we have to find. All of you see the given data. In the given data, sigma is known, population standard deviation is known. As all of you observe, sigma is known. Anyone respond in chat box? Sigma is not known, right? If sigma is not known, we know which formula we have to use. Okay, see, sigma is not known, unknown. We have to use this formula, right? Yeah. This formula we have to use. Sigma is unknown. Sigma is known, we have to use this formula, right? Yeah, see, I'm using this formula. Sigma is unknown. Sigma is unknown. Sigma is unknown, we have to use this formula. Okay, we know all these values. X bar we know that, mu we know that, S we know that, and N value also we know that. If all of you substitute and simplify, you are getting same value or not. Once all of you check, all of you find out Z calculated value. The fourth step is test statistic. Z calculated is X bar minus mu by S by root N. Z calculated is X bar minus mu by S by root N. Root N. Okay. All of you substitute all these values in that one. Now tell me, you're getting same thing or not? All of you check. Yeah, anyone confirm? Anyone got the same value? You all of you simplify, then tell me. Yeah, okay. When you're rounding up to 2 decimal places, you can get that one. Yeah, that is also 100% right. Yeah, that is equals to 2 point. Yeah, very good, Mom. Very good, excellent. Yeah, 2.3177. That is also right, 100%. We rounded up to 2 decimal places. In such case, you can consider that as 2.32. Okay, this is the Z calculated value. What is the Z calculated here? Z calculated is 2.32. Right? 2.32. After getting that one, see here, we have to compare Z calculated with Z tabular value. See, mod Z calculated, that is mod 2. .32 is greater than 1.96. What is the actual condition? Mod Z calculated is less than mod Z tabular. You can accept. Will accept the null hypothesis. Okay, accept H naught. Otherwise, we reject. See here, that is greater than Z tabular value at alpha percent level of significance. We reject the null hypothesis. we reject the null hypothesis H naught at 5% level of significance. That means we accept H1. That is, we accept H1. H1 means alternative hypothesis. What is the meaning of that one? The true average wafer thickness is something other than the target value. That means the estimated is not equals to actual parameter. We reject the null hypothesis. We reject the null hypothesis, right? Has all of you understood this problem? Yeah, okay. Now we'll discuss some more problems on this one. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah, I shared one more. Okay, all of you see that one? As far that is visible. As this is clear, I shared Word document. Are you able to see that one? Has anyone respond in chat box? Just a minute. Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good, ma. Very good question. After finding Z calculated, we have to compare with Z tabular value. Okay. Mod Z calculated is less than Z tabular value. Then only we have to consider, we have to accept null hypothesis. Otherwise, we reject. Otherwise, we reject the null hypothesis. Okay. One more problem you can discuss, you can understand that one. Is that clear? Yeah, all of you see this one. Already we discussed this one, right? The general things. Just a minute. Yeah, already we discussed. See here. Sigma is not known, unknown. We use these formulas, right? Yeah, once all of you go through this question, yes, are you able to see that one? Yeah, this one. All of you go through this problem according to the norms established. Yeah, the question is clear. Are you able to see? Yeah, anyone confirm in chat box? Yeah, all of you note on that question. According to the norms established for a mechanical aptitude test, persons who are 18 years old, persons who are 18 years old have an average height of 73.2 with a standard deviation of 8.6. 8.6. Okay, if four randomly selected persons Yeah, first all of you write down the given data. is not equals to mu naught, that is two-tailed test. Okay, two-tailed test. Okay, if mu is greater than mu naught or mu is less than mu naught, in both the cases the tail test is one-tailed test. One-tailed test. That's not clear? And alpha they given. Yeah, very good, no? Alpha they given. See, all of you see that question. Alpha they given. Level of significance they given. Right? After that, all of you see alpha is 0.01 means that is 1%. Alpha is 1%. And tail test is one tail test. One tail test. Just now I shown the table values. Okay. All of you see that one, the table values. Alpha is 1%. Okay. These are the alpha values. Alpha is 1%. Okay. Yeah, very good one. Tail test is one tail test. Z alpha is 2.33. 2.33. Right? 2.33. Okay. Here the value is 2.33. Yeah, very good. Z tabular value is 2.33. 2.33. After that, the fourth step is test statistic. Yeah, very good, ma'am. Yeah, very good, excellent. Test statistic. The test statistic is Z calculated is x bar minus mu by sigma. X bar minus mu by sigma. Right? Just a minute. Okay. See that one. Test statistic is x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. All of you substitute all these values. You can get Z calculated. This is Z calculated. That is 0.139. That is also right. Very good, no? Or 0.814. 0.814. Now, after getting that one, we have to compare. Now, let us see here. Mod Z calculated. That is mod 0.814. That is less than or greater than Z tabular value? Less than mod Z tabular value. Z tabular value is 2.33. Right? That is equals to 2.33. If this condition is satisfied, we accept H naught. Okay, we accept H naught. Okay, see here. Since we accept the null hypothesis H naught. We accept the null hypothesis H naught. That means the value of population is 73.2. 73.2. Okay. Now all of you see the next question. The next problem. Yeah, this one. A sample of 64 students have mean weight of a sample of 64 students have mean weight of 70 kgs. 70 kgs. Can this be regarded as sample from population Yeah, with mean weight 56 kgs and standard deviation is this one. Yeah, I'll have to see here. The sample size n is equals to 64. 64, right? Very good, Mo. Yeah, what is the 70? Yeah, x bar. Yeah, sigma is 25. X bar is 56. Yeah, what is the 70 and what is the 56? Tell me. Yeah, now change. Yeah, very good. Yeah, sample mean is 70. See here. Yeah, very good, ma. Very good. See here, a sample of 64 students have mean weight of 70 kgs. This is the sample mean that is denoted by x bar. Okay, x bar. Now see that one. Wait. Here's something. Yeah, just wait, ma. Just wait. The question maybe they did wrong. Yeah, okay. Here some mistake is there. Okay, you understood that concept now? Yeah, this is wrong. Okay. Okay, this is something wrong is there. We'll start next question. Or otherwise, you know the procedure. All of you try that one. All of you understood now? Sample size is 64. Here they are discussing only one sample or one main. You can use lot of samples, single main. Yeah, we'll discuss one more problem. You can understand that one. Yeah, once all of you see this question. Yeah, once all of you go through this question, an oceanographer wants to check. Yeah, if level of significance is not given, generally we have to take alpha is 5%. Okay, alpha is 5%. In the question, level of significance is not given. Generally, we have to take alpha is 5%. Okay. Yeah, all of you see this question. An oceanographer wants to check whether the depth of the ocean in a certain region 57.4, okay, had previously been recorded. What can he conclude that at the 5% level of significance? Okay, if readings taken at random locations in the given region yielded a mean of 59.1 with standard deviation of 5.2. 5.2. Yeah, once all of you go to that question. Yeah, what is the sample size? 40, right? Sample size is 40. Then that is the large sample. Large sample. If large sample, which one we have to use? Z test. And here they are discussing about the only single main. large sample, Z test, single mean. Okay. Yeah, very good, mom. Alpha is the given, right? Yeah, all of you first write down the given data. Given that the sample size, yeah, very good, mom. The sample size n equals to 40. And population mean, see, this is the population mean. Don't get any confusion. Population mean is 57.4. 57.4. And the sample mean they given. Sample mean is x bar is equals to 59.1. 59.1. Okay. And here the population standard deviation is not known. Sample standard deviation they given, right? See here some mistakes are there. This is not population. Okay. This is the sample standard deviation they given 5.2. So don't get any confusion. In textbook, so many mistakes are there. Yeah, see here. Taken 40 random locations in the given region yielded a mean of 59.1 with a standard deviation. This is sample standard deviation. Sample standard deviation. Okay. Now, all of you see that procedure. The first step is set up the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is H naught is equals to 57. Mu equals to 57.4. 57.4. Okay. And the next step is alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis is, yeah, very good, mom. H1. That is, all of you see in the previous question clearly they mentioned, but here they didn't mention anything about the H1. That's why we are taken H1 is equals to mu not equals to 57.4. Not equals to is there. The tail test is two tail test. Okay, all of you see depending on H1 alternating hypothesis will take the tailed test. H1 is not equal to type. The tail test is two tail test. Two tail test. And the next step is level of significance. The level of significance is the given, that is 5% level of significance. And see that alpha is 5%, the tail test is two tail test. We know the values. Z tabular value is 1.96. 1.96. Okay, 1.96. And see here, this is S actually. Okay, now all of you see that one. The test statistic. Fourth step, test statistic. Test statistic is here sigma is known or unknown. Sigma is unknown. Yeah, here in this one, some mistakes are there. Okay, actually sigma is unknown. What is the after getting Z calculated, we have to compare with Z tabular value. Here mod Z calculated is less Greater than, right? Yeah. Z tabular value is 1.96. Yeah. This is greater than. Okay, greater than mod Z tabular value. Calculated value is, yeah, very good. Mod Z calculated is greater than Z tabular value. 2.067 is greater than 1.96 at 5% level of significance. Alpha is equals to 5% level of significance. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis. We reject H naught. That means we accept H1 alternative hypothesis. We accept the alternative hypothesis. All of you see that one. Yeah. We reject the null hypothesis. That's okay. Now time is 5:20. It's time to stop. Yeah, I think all of you understood that one. Testing of hypothesis. Okay, this is about the single main, large sample, single main. Okay. Yeah, now we'll start the quiz. Quiz is there. As all of you wait 1 or 2 minutes. We'll start the quiz. Yeah, here some more problems are there. Okay. If you have a textbook, you can practice the problems. But in S-Chan textbook, so many mistakes are there. Okay. When you're following the textbook, be careful. I hope all of you understood that one. Still you have any doubts? We'll discuss. Yeah, here some more problems are there. Tomorrow we'll discuss some more problems on this one, and also we'll start the difference of means. Okay. Does anyone have any doubts? Still now? We'll discuss now. Yeah, once read that question carefully, you can understood. Yeah, once I will show the question, read that one. Now tell me what is the given data. Yeah. Let's see this problem. Read that question. Tell me what is the given data for this one. What is the n? Okay. What is the x bar? What is the mu? They given SR, sigma, you tell me. Once read that question. All of you see that one. A sample of 400 items. A sample of. That means this is small n. Right? Small n is 400. Clear? Taken from a population. Taken from a population. Okay? Yeah. What is 10? What is 10? No. See here. Standard deviation is given. Which standard deviation? Which one, that one? A sample Yeah, very good. Very good. Excellent. That is sigma. See, taken from a population whose standard deviation, that means sigma they given. Yeah, the terminology you have to understood. That is sigma they given 10. Now clear? 6 yeah, yeah. Okay. See the terminology you have to understood. Yeah, got it. The mean of sample is 40. Okay. X bar they given 40. Okay. Test whether the sample has come from with population mean. Mu also they given. Okay. 38. That's now clear. First read the question at least 1 or 2 times. You can understood what is the given. This is the large samples. They are discussing about the single mean. Then which one we have to use? Z test single mean. Right? Now clear? The steps are very simple. For identification is very important in testing of hypothesis. That's okay. No need to worry about. Tomorrow again we'll discuss some more problems on this one, and also we'll start the difference of means. Okay? Is okay clear? Yeah, quiz is there. Now we'll start the quiz. Okay. Yes, just a minute.